Welcome to Inside the Lab with Aero Electronics, the web series dedicated to exploring the latest in technology and electronics. In this episode, we'll introduce you to Aero's Dragonboard 410c, a development board for Qualcomm's Snapdragon 400 series of SoCs. The Dragonboard complies with the 96 board's Consumer Edition specification and is based on the Snapdragon 410, which features a quad-core ARM Cortex-A53 running at up to 1.2 GHz and a Qualcomm Adreno 306 MHz GPU. The Cortex-A53 is capable of running 64 and 32-bit code, and the Adreno GPU offers support for OpenGL 3.0 ES, OpenCL, and DirectX. Additional features include an integrated ISP supporting up to 13 megapixel cameras and playback and capture of 1080p 30 frame per second video. The SanDisk eMCP supplies 8 GB of eMMC for storage and 1 GB of DDR3L memory, and the Qualcomm WCN3620 and onboard antennas provide GPS, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi connectivity. Expansion options include a high-speed connector, a low-speed expansion connector, and an analog expansion connector. Connectivity includes a microSD slot for storage, USB on the go, USB, and HDMI with connectors from FCI. So now let's plug this in, boot it up, and show you some of the features of Aero's Dragonboard 410c. So now we booted into Android. I'll open up a browser. We'll go to aero.com. I've already connected to Wi-Fi. So you can see there's more information here about the Dragonboard 410c. And if I open up the gallery, we have a 1080p 30 frame per second video here that you'll see the Dragonboard plays without hesitation. So you can see it's really exceptionally smooth here. So that's Android. Linux is also available, and there's planned support for Windows 10. And so one thing that's really unique about Dragonboard is you'll be able to develop for all three of those operating systems using a single hardware platform. Now, there are competing development boards out there, but by the time you add on additional hardware to get to the same feature set as the Dragonboard, you've ended up with probably a higher cost and a larger footprint and a less elegant solution. Now, I mentioned earlier that the Dragonboard is based on the 96 board's Consumer Edition specification, and that's an open hardware specification for Cortex-A based boards and is backed by the Lenaro Group. Aero's Dragonboard 410c brings a tremendous amount of processing power and integrated connectivity in a tiny footprint, and is great for developing nearly any embedded or maker project you can imagine. For more information, visit aero.com/Dragonboard 410c.